There are three main things that are guaranteed to ruin any picnic date.
Okay.
A colony of hungry ants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A random hypodermic needle left in the grass from the night before.
Whoa, what the?
And that one extremely important item that you forgot to bring with you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not talking about a leash for the raccoon you're going to catch and bring home.
Aw.
Why did that make the hypodermic needle okay?
It's
No.
actually much more important than that. And it actually could be the reason that one of our listeners isn't getting a call back.
Oh, no.
He can't believe that he forgot this thing because it made the entire night awkward.
Was he? He went out without his pants, didn't he?
It wasn't that either. You will find out what it was when we do your second date update coming up next. When you see an attractive person online, what's your best move to start the conversation?
Funny gif.
I know for our
that's
technical director, Ashton,
Uh-huh.
he starts with 2 words.
What does he do?
Oh.
And this is true.
Oh, no.
He opens with, "Hey, trouble."
Oh, okay.
no.
Ashton.
Do you want replies or?
The success rate is probably under 20%. Maybe even under 2%, but it's not going to stop him from trying.
That's right, but it worked on you, Jeff. It worked on you.
It got me to swoon.
Okay, now we know why we hired
Oh,
him.
that's how he got the job.
And one of our listeners, Spence, says he connected with a very attractive woman on a dating app, and it was purely coincidental.
Oh.
So let's
weird.
talk to him and hear about it. Hey, troublemaker.
Oh, don't do that.
Welcome to the trouble bubble.
Oh no.
The trouble bubble, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
Trouble
Yeah.
happens on this show.
On this bubble.
I picked the right day to call, that's for sure.
We're in a weird mood.
Yeah. I think it's so weird that you're saying you coincidentally met somebody online.
Yeah,
Like,
that's interesting.
isn't it all purposeful when you're online dating?
Yeah, tell us what happened.
So I met Robin on a dating app, and the whole reason that we met is because under hobbies,
Mhm.
she had listed glass blowing, which coincidentally, I've actually taken a glass blowing class, and so I thought that I would strike up a conversation about that.
Oh, I took one of
Okay.
those too. Did you make a little dish to put your paper clips in? Because that's what I made.
That sounds really fun.
I made those glass balls you can buy at like Pier 1, those kinds of, well, they used to,
Yeah.
but I made stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Your item was even more useless than mine. Cool.
And here's a weird thing about it. So I messaged her about the glass blowing, and she tells me that she doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
What?
She's never done glass blowing, and that's not in her profile. And I realized as we're chatting, I think I was talking about like a different girl.
Oh.
that's
But she wrote you back, which means she thinks he had a cute picture.
Yeah, but
You know?
I'm just glad we're talking at this point. You know what I mean? Because like half the battle of online dating is getting them to respond, and that's tough.
So what did you
Right.
do? Rush over to her bio and be like, haha, what a joke, huh? That was funny.
Well, we just kept chatting, and we're getting along pretty well. And I decided, well, do you want to meet up? And she said, sure, she would love to.
All right. Good work. So what'd you end up doing for the date?
Well, we did a picnic in the park, and I feel like a picnic is kind of a cheap date.
That's what I was literally thinking in my head. I was like, I don't know.
yeah, I got some Cheez-Its and
Yeah.
PB&J.
But I mean, it's not negative cheap. I'm just trying to save a little money.
Yeah, but you could still make it cute, even if it's not that expensive.
Yeah, and it was kind of cute. I also brought like a frisbee so we could play frisbee a little bit. I played a ukulele, so I brought that. I went to there's a convenience store, and how they have like food prepared.
No.
Convenience store food?
Some cold
I wanted-
sandwiches.
I thought you were talking like a charcuterie board or something.
Oh no, they had like tub of potato salad.
Oh.
Bro, don't bring a tub of anything.
Oh,
Two
God.
plastic spoons and that's a date.
It's funny that you should bust me on the potato salad because actually I forgot to pack forks and knives and stuff.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Scoop it with your hand at that point, just straight
Or
in.
Yeah.
you're just airdropping it from the top.
Okay.
How does it work?
Yeah, that was a little awkward. So we had to actually like scoop some of it out using like the lid of the container and then put it on each of the plates. And
Did she do that or was it just you that did that?
I mean, we both did it, but it was my idea, you know.
Creative,
man.
creative. I'm trying to help.
She was down with it, it sounds like.
I know.
And, you know, I thought she had a good sense of humor, too, because at one point, like, I pretended to feed her, like, with the potato salad from my hand.
Oh,
I was joking.
But it was, you know, she knew I was joking. She laughed.
So it was actually in your hand at one point, though.
I mean, listen, this sounds like a disaster. But the fact that you just said she was laughing the whole time is actually good. Like,
I mean,
that's
is that the
fair.
vibe that you were getting, that you and Robin were connecting during this entire date?
So, yeah, I mean, overall, it felt really good. We especially started to connect, I think, too, when I broke out the wine.
There we go.
It sounds like everything's going pretty well. How did the night end?
Oh, man. So we're at the park, right? And we're just having a good time. The sun starts going down, and I feel like, it's getting kind of romantic, you know, and I invited her to come over to my place.
Oh.
I told her, I was like, look, you know, I only live like 11 blocks away. You know, I mean, like,
Very
we
specific.
could totally walk.
Whoa.
11 block walk?
That seems far
It
to
seems a
me.
little far. I mean, why not just get into Uber?
Well, because, again, it's like I'm trying to save a little money. Plus, it's a nice night. We could walk, and it only takes like about maybe a half hour at the most, 45 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, we're stretching it now.
Those are big blocks.
So did she agree to that or not?
Well, no. I mean, and I get it. I wasn't trying to push anything or whatever, but the date ended like on a really positive tip, though. I mean, you know, like we hugged, we said goodbye, we totally talked about getting together again.
Okay.
And then we kind of left it at there. But ever since, I've texted her a few times, and I haven't heard from her.
Okay. So a lot to process there.
Yeah.
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 And we need to think about this a little bit more, too. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Robin for you, and we'll ask her what she thought about your picnic date in the park with the potato salad and no forks.
Yeah.
All right, sounds
Lid
great.
salad.
Yeah.
We'll do it right after this. Hold on, man. We're in the middle of a second date update with Spence, and he made a point of telling us about his relatively inexpensive picnic experience with Robin,
He emphasized the inexpensive a lot.
where he brought reasonably priced wine, a ukulele, convenience store sandwiches, and a tub of potato salad without any eating utensils whatsoever.
Yeah.
And right there, I'm thinking, if I'm out with this guy, there's no way I'm not calling him back.
Are you thinking that? Are
But
you being sarcastic right
For
now?
some reason, Robin is hesitant to accept
Yeah,
love
weird.
when it's being hand-fed to her with a creamy mayonnaise-soaked potato.
And all she had to do was go on a 45-minute walk back to his place.
Is that so much to ask?
What's going on?
So we're about to call and find out what's wrong with her. Isn't that right,
What's
Spence?
wrong with her? No.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What's wrong with her?
I know.
Yeah. Spence, you may get a little bit of truth back when we call her that may hurt your feelings a little bit. I just want you to prepare you for that.
It is what it is.
I don't know what could possibly hurt your feelings that she could say.
She
because
could say, I don't like potato salad.
True.
I guess.
I'm just trying to help him. Like, just set yourself up with a thick skin right now.
That's nice,
and
yeah.
hopefully we find just a really normal reason she's not calling you back.
Normal.
Okay. Well, I'm more optimistic than Brooke is. I think you sound thoughtful. You sound
He
frugal.
didn't even remember
Creative.
forks. How was he thoughtful?
Well, he...
Okay, not completely thoughtful.
I brought the ukulele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of positive qualities you have, and hopefully Robin can see them. But we're going to call her right now and see what she has to say. You ready?
Yeah, of course I'm ready.
All right, man. We're going to do this. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, this is Jeff from Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. I'm looking for Robin.
This is Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Question mark. This is Robin.
Uh-huh. We're all
Hi.
here.
Wait, where did you say you were from again?
From Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. And we are calling you with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here.
Hey.
That, I think, is actually true.
Yes.
Yeah.
The opportunity I'm talking about is for you to be featured on a mid to low tier morning radio show. And as a bonus, we can't and won't pay you anything.
You realize this sounds like a scam.
Does that
true.
sound fun to you?
I guess.
Yep, because
See? Look at that.
All right.
Alexis.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right, Robin. You do sound like a good time.
you went out on a date with one of our listeners recently named Spence.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And so Spence has asked us to reach out to you on his behalf.
Can you guys just tell him that I have a boyfriend or something?
Yeah,
Is-
that's a lie.
Well-
That's a lie, Robin.
Yeah, unless you
gonna lie to
actually
him.
have one, then we can't really say that to him.
Yeah.
But we'd like to tell him something because he told us a little bit about the date that you guys went on with the picnic in the park. But we'd like to hear what it was like from
Oh.
your perspective.
Well, I thought he didn't want to spend a lot of money on the date, first of all. And then I thought when he opened the food, I was like, I hope I'm not going to regret this one later on because it looked like it was from a convenience store. And
Yeah, can't confirm or deny that fact, but
Okay.
yeah,
we talked to Spence about this, and he feels bad about that.
He has some regret.
He does. He understands that maybe he could have done a little bit more or made some different decisions, but at the end of the day, he said you guys still laughed about it.
you know, I was kind of laughing with him when all the like quirky and, you know, all the stuff happened during the date and the ukulele when he brought it out. And food, but something happened.
Oh, something else.
Like,
I'm not even sure if he knows about it.
Whoa.
oh, really?
All we
Well-
know is what he told us, so if he doesn't know, then we probably
Well, then
don't know.
he definitely needs to know, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing.
Well,
He doesn't seem like a guy who gets embarrassed very easily.
that's a good point. And
Yeah.
part of being on our show here is that you agree you're willing to hear maybe some things you wouldn't necessarily want to hear, but he's ready to accept whatever it is that he messed up on.
Okay?
What did you see?
Well, okay, so this is what happened. Like, at some point throughout the date, he gets a phone call on
Okay.
his cell. And, like, I guess he didn't want to take it in front of me, so he goes around, like, where it's a tree that was near us. And,
Sorry, it's like, oh, I'm going to go buy a soundproof tree real quick.
yeah, but, you know, we're pretty close to the tree.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like rude to take a phone call during the middle of a date.
Unless it's an emergency, right?
No, he was actually nice about it. Like, he's like, hey, you know, I really have to take this
Okay.
call. So I
Oh,
thought
that's
it was like a really important call, and I was like, cool.
Sure, yeah. Okay. So what's the problem?
But then what happened is that I heard him saying, hey, I don't think I'm going to make it tonight because I have a good chance of getting laid.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
It sounded like he was talking to one of his buddies, you know, and
yeah.
after that it was like over for me. Like,
Absolutely.
A little presumptuous.
yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Like, what do you think I am? Like, gas station potato salad girl?
For
who
real.
Just give it up after you hate
Exactly what I'm thinking.
Like, no.
That seems exactly like you, though, Brooke. So, but we didn't know that had happened on the date. Spence didn't tell us about that.
I'm sure he didn't
Yeah.
realize she heard him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, it's a great question to ask because Spence is on the other line right now.
Yeah.
He's on the other side of this tree, wanting to talk to you.
Spence, we don't think you're getting laid.
Spence, what's going on, man?
I am so embarrassed, Robin. I'm so embarrassed that you heard that. That I thought that I was behind the tree. You couldn't hear what my conversation.
Oh,
So
God,
you did
dude.
say that?
Why would you even say it, Spence? Why would you even say that?
Well, I mean, I was kind of hoping, you know. I mean, you were cute and we had a good time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with hoping it'll go further.
No.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping, but like talking to your buddies about it,
It
like
just
while she's a few feet away.
And a first date.
Ugh, it feels ick.
Yeah. She did get one thing wrong about that, though. I wasn't talking to one of my buddies.
Oh.
Okay.
I was actually talking to my mom.
No, you weren't.
Why would you tell us that, Spence? That does not make it better.
I'm
Yeah,
close to my mom. You know, isn't that like a good trait that you want?
Are you serious? You tell your mom, hey, I think I'm going to get it in tonight. I'm not going to make it home for dinner?
Not that explicit, but mom wants me to be happy, you know.
Okay.
Oh, my
Well, your mom does sound
God.
kind of sweet, so at least she cares about you and your love life.
What are you What are you talking about, Jeff? That is not a conversation you have with your mother.
Everybody has a different relationship with their parents. You can't judge them for that.
That's also true.
Robin, are you judging him?
I am judging him
Yeah.
fully, 100%.
Oh.
And what were you gonna do, Spence? I'm sorry, you're gonna take a 45-minute walk home, and then you guys are gonna
Yeah, how's
get
she
it
getting
on?
home?
Is this a situation where you were going to be taking Robin home to your mom?
Oh,
is that
my
is that where you
blocks.
live?
Well, she lives next door, but
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't planning on coming over to mom. That's why I was talking to her on the phone because usually I go have dinner at my mom's house, and she wanted to know if I was on my way.
Okay.
Okay.
So that she could look through the window and wave to you guys as you guys are in the bedroom.
Yeah.
This is bad.
This is weirder than what I thought before, and it was already kind of weird.
I don't understand why it's so weird. We had a nice time. I thought we connected.
Well, it's weird to know that was your plan with me, right? Even throughout the day. Like, it's horrible. Like, I wouldn't, even if you take me to a really expensive restaurant, if I hear you say that, it's disrespectful.
That's a good point.
I'm
yeah.
with you on that one, Robin.
How about this, Robin? If we hang out again, and I won't tell my mom about anything of our relationship. Okay? If we can go out another time, Mom doesn't have to know anything.
That sounds like it's actually a big promise to him,
Yeah.
honestly.
Man.
Yeah.
She's gonna be upset, but it's just what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
mom needs to get her own life.
I know.
Spence.
Usually he high fives his mom after
Okay.
he's done with every date. So this is going to be a big deal. If
I
you're
believe
willing to
that.
go out with him one more time,
Oh, wow.
then we would pay for that date.
Why do you think I called you guys?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's a smart man.
Dude, you
It's a
are
smart
no
man. His
helping
mother
your
raised
life.
him right.
Go to a real restaurant.
His mother did not raise him right. Okay, that is the opposite.
Okay, at least he's smart. But Robin, what do you say?
I feel sorry for him, and I want the best for him, but I can't. I can't be with him. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Not
Okay.
shocking.
All right,
But
have
still
we,
a bummer.
have we learned anything here, Spence?
Yeah, good question.
Well, let me tell you this. Next time I do a picnic date, I'm bringing corn on the cob. And forget the potato salad, because you can eat corn on the cob with your hand.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
And there's the lesson.
That'll get a girl home with you.
Yeah.
Mom raised him right, see?
Yeah.